Good morning, children. In the last class, I have done about the photosynthesis process. Okay, from two classes. Lesson number 1, nutrition in plants. That only we are doing. So about nutrition, what are the modes of nutrition? All that we studied in the first class. Next, about the photosynthesis, what are the nutrients are there, and what are the raw materials required for the photosynthesis process. Okay, and that all we discussed in the next class. Okay, so in that photosynthesis, required nutrients means sunlight and chlorophyll, and where they are present in the chloroplast cell, how it will be, and the air means in the air how it is going inside. The main content is it is taking carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, how it is going inside the leaf part, okay, through the stomata, okay, that I explained you already. Okay, with the picture only I showed. You draw all those figures, understand, children? Okay, so this week we are submitting the classwork to you. You write down those classwork by seeing the your mobile only, and the assignments also will start along with that. Okay, already I informed you what the books you have to take for classwork. Okay, so once again I am telling you, see, one semester for 200 pages book we want, notebook we want for one semester, 200 pages classwork. Okay, 100 pages, one book is for homework, that is enough. The 200 pages book you are taking, no, that is one side unruled you have to take, children. Okay, so one side unruled, what they are giving in the class, school, no, that is only enough. One side unruled, one side ruled will be there. In the unruled part, you are drawing all the diagrams. Okay, so I will tell you after when you are writing the first lesson, I will tell you what are all the diagrams you have to draw in the classwork. Understood, children? Now, that is the classwork part. So in that, from the beginning, bridge course I gave. Those who attended for the bridge course and those who written the definitions, you write that also in that classwork only. Understood, children? Or at least you write in your rough note. Science 1 rough note I told you, in that you copied on all those things. Okay, so because for the first round test, FA1 part, we are going to ask from the bridge course also. Few definitions will be asked. Understood? So that also you write down. And whatever I am giving on the board, okay, those are all important points. Suppose if you can't read a full lesson textbook, at least if you go through these points, no, that is like a short form of the lesson only what I am writing on the board. Okay, many are not opening the textbook and reading, children. That's why I am telling you, if you don't have textbook also, you can read the points whatever I have given there. So this is only the main notes, like that you can follow. Okay, few other questions also will come. That questions for I am giving you, I am sending with the PDF. Understand? So these are also very important. From this also I can choose and give the homework for and for the test also. That's why all the points what I am giving on the board, you should take down. Okay. Today what I am doing, no, this is not there in your textbook. Got it? So activity 1.1 only it is given, but in a elaborate form they have not given, only a brief 4 to 5 lines they have given the experiment. So by that you will not understand how to do that experiment. So that's why I have selected that experiment and I have written all the points, like a point I have given, so that you can understand it in a easy way. Okay, that's why you have to write down all the points. This experiment especially fully it is not there in your text. Only activity 1.1 is given, and what you have to take it is given. How to conduct that experiment it is not given. Okay, so that's why you must write down all my points in your rough note, children. Science rough note you keep, and you must be writing in that in my explanation. When I am doing explanation, you write down all these points. After my explanation, you read that points in your textbook if you have. Okay. Otherwise, you read my points only. Okay. Until we send the notes to you, you be reading this. From these points also, we can choose the questions and give it to the FA1 test part. That's why I'm telling you read this and write down. Must and should, you should write down these points. Okay. Now, so up to photosynthesis process, we have learned in the last class. So photosynthesis for what are all the things are required? First the carbon dioxide, water. So carbon dioxide and water both will mix up, and in the presence of sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll, a pigment which is present in the green leaf. Okay. So in the presence of those two parts, okay, the carbon dioxide and water mix up and it is producing a food as carbohydrate. Okay. So that carbohydrate and one more thing is released, that is oxygen. Okay. So when they are preparing food, when the photosynthesis process is occurring, the carbohydrates will be produced as a byproduct and oxygen will be released to the atmosphere as a gaseous product. Understand, children? That's why we are getting oxygen from the plants only. No others will release this. Understood? So after this, now you know that for this process to occur, photosynthesis is necessary. Okay. So in your textbook they started with example as the activity 1.1. Okay. So 1.1, for what purpose we are doing? First they have not given. See here, main thing is sun. Here, sun is the ultimate source of energy to all the living organisms. Without sun, no creatures can survive here. Light and heat, what he is giving the energy, no? With that only all the things are survived. Even the food also prepared by the solar energy only. Okay, so solar energy or the sun, what it is giving, no, heat and light, that is important for photosynthesis that we are discussing here. Okay, see, before that here one important point it is given. So leaves only are able to prepare the photosynthesis, there is no rule. So wherever the green part of a plant body is there, there and all the plants are producing the photosynthesis, are making the food. Okay, in the stem part may be green, in the branches part may be green. Okay, so wherever leaf, other than the leaf, where until where the green part or chlorophyll is there and sunlight is reaching to its part, okay, there and all it is able to produce the food. Okay, so like that only in few plants, that means in a desert area some plants are there like cactus. Okay, so they don't have the much elaborated leaf. Okay, what do you see, the stem like structure, no? So that is a stem part, and leaves are very tiny because in that area, especially in the desert area where they are living, no, that area there is lack of water. Okay, so if leaves are focused like this, the sunlight is falling on it only, much heat is there in desert area and it will absorb more amount of, there is a loss of water in a large quantity. Okay, more amount of water will be absorbed by the heat of the sun. Okay, so to avoid that one, the desert plants have very small leaves. Okay, to reduce the loss of water through the transpiration process. That process for, we will call it as a transpiration. So what is transpiration and all, we will discuss it later. Now you understand the leaves are reduced in the green plants of the desert plant in a desert area. Why? Because to avoid loss of water from their plant body. So if leaves are very short, means how do they photosynthesize? In them, stem part is much more bigger compared to the leaves. So the stem part is also green in color. That's why they are synthesizing the main amount of food by the stem part only. Understood, children? This is extra point they had given in the text. Okay, now come to the experiment here. So activity 1.1, here we are going to discuss about sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis or not. Okay, without sunlight also food can be prepared by a plant or not, we are discussing about it. Okay, so in your text they have taken two potted plants. Two potted plants they have taken, and with the same kind of plants, same category of plant they have taken. Two potted plants they have taken and keep it in the dark room for 2 or 3 days or 72 hours. Okay, so one in a dark room and another one in a sunlight only, they told. Then perform the iodine test with the leaves. This much only is given. Okay, how to do the iodine test? It is not given. Got it? So that's why I am giving the experiment which is best suited for this activity, how to do the iodine test, how to test for the starch which is present in a plant. Starch is nothing but the carbohydrate what it is prepared by photosynthesis process. Okay, so if the sunlight is not provided, it is not able to produce the food. Instead of taking two plants here, I am choosing the single leaf only. With that, we are going to cover a portion of it and where sunlight is not focusing and other parts it is focusing. With the one leaf only, I am teaching you how this experiment can be done. Okay. So now, how to perform this activity? Okay. So take a potted plant. One plant only is enough. Cover a part of leaf with a black paper. Okay. So one plant, in that, okay, a plant will be there along with the leaf. Okay, one leaf we have selected and we have to cover the leaf with the black sheet of paper. Any thick paper, black small paper sheet. Okay, one strip of paper we are covering and it is fixed to the leaf by the paper clip. You know, papers we will tag it with the paper clips. Like that only this paper and leaf we are holding together and we are inserting the paper clip to hold this paper firmly. Okay, so one leaf we are providing the any one leaf you select from the plant and the which is close to the one part of the leaf is closed with the black sheet of paper. Okay, then use the paper clips to fix the paper. For fixing, we are using the paper clips. Okay. Now, make sure the plant will get enough sunlight. Got it? So now the plant is there. We have kept it in the sunlight and only one leaf is made ready like this. Okay. Now, pluck the leaf and take off the paper after 2 days. Okay. See, we kept it in a sunlight. Okay. So 2 days over. Now you cut it off that leaf from the plant body. Okay, so take off the leaf and take off the paper. Pluck the leaf. You have to pluck the leaf from the plant body and take off this paper also after 2 days. After 2 days, you have to take out. So heat the leaf in a alcohol. Okay, so when you take out this one, you have to heat it in a alcohol. Put inside the alcohol, little you boil it, little you heat it. Okay, why we are heating this one means, see, here one thing you want to remember, we are doing a experiment test of the starch, whether the starch is there, whether the carbohydrate is prepared in a leaf or not, we are testing it. Okay, so now now this leaf we kept in sunlight, so food is prepared in this. Okay, so this leaf is green in color. Okay, so when you add the iodine solution to it, how you are testing the starch? By adding iodine solution. Okay, iodine solution is nothing but a chemical which we will get in the laboratory. That solution that is in a liquid form, that if you pour on any green colored leaf, it will turn into blue-black color. Okay, if it is turned into blue-black color, there is a starch. Okay, if it is not turning, there is no food in no starch in the leaf. Like that we have to understand it. So here, before testing for the starch, we are making it to decolorize. See, to remove the chlorophyll. Okay, so the chlorophyll or that green color content is there, no, that we have to remove. Okay, because if you add the iodine solution, it is changing its color to blue-black. So first of all, it is green color, dark green color, and upon that one blue-black color it turns, means we cannot understand that color in a proper way. That's why we are making it to destarch. Okay, destarch means we are converting into pale color. That leaf will become colorless. Okay, that's why we are heating the leaf in alcohol and then we are testing for the starch using the iodine solution. This is very important. How to test for the starch, children? This is by using the starch test, by using iodine solution we are doing. Okay, then, so how to do the starch test means, you have to take this leaf in a trough. Okay, so in one plate or bowl, you take this leaf. Now the cover strip is removed. We boil that leaf in a alcohol, and then now it is ready for doing the test. Okay, so when you pour the iodine solution, okay, over the leaf, what happens? Only the part of the leaf which has exposed to the sunlight turn into blue black. See here, where it is exposed to sunlight. So this part is exposed to sunlight. This part is exposed to sunlight, that is turning into this part is exposed to sunlight, that is turning into blue black. Okay, where you have covered this paper, no, that is becomes colorless as it is. Okay, so when you dip in alcohol and boil it, no, whole leaf will turn into the pale color only, colorless only. When you add the iodine solution to it, where it is having the green color part, no, there and all, it is turned into blue black color. That's why it is changed into blue black color, because here only the food has prepared, starch is prepared there because here only the sun is focusing. Okay, so here we have wrapped it, we have covered the sunlight. Okay, that's why the sunlight is not falling on this part, so here the starch is not present. Since the sunlight is present here, it is exposed to sunlight, so it is converted into blue black color and the starch is present. If it is converted to blue black color, the starch is present. Okay, what is our conclusion? Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Understand, this is the starch test. We have to do and understand the concept, that is the sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis process. Do you understand, children? Okay, since this is not there in your text, this and all, you write down. By seeing this only, you have to write down, children. Okay, so we have taken a leaf from a potted plant. After 2 days, we are removing it from the sunlight, we are removing it, that leaf part, and we are dipping it into the alcohol and boiling. Okay, so this part we will remove and boil it. Okay, the paper will be removed and boil it. Then we'll add iodine solution to it. When you add iodine solution, this green color part turn into blue black color. Where the paper strip has been pasted here, no, it is attached, no, that part will remain colorless. Okay, this shows that in this part the food has not prepared. Here it is prepared, so it is changing its color and showing the indication. Understood, children? So this is activity 1.1. Now, coming to the next part. See here in your textbook they have showed some colored leaves also. See children, here the croton leaves they are showing. You had seen maybe croton, those who are growing in a parks or in your garden also you are growing. Okay, so some plants leaves, they are bearing the yellow colored spots or green or red maroon color spots on the green leaf only. Some pictures like, okay, yellowish color, gray color, brown color, like that. So different colored leaves also we are observing. Okay, so in them also photosynthesis is occurring or not? Okay, so that is my question. Here they are asking, in those plants how do they prepare the food? Okay, because here what they have shown, no, the leaf part, so that is the green color is there, upon that one yellow color or red color, it is masked over that, just a layer it is present above the green color only. Okay, so that's why whenever the sun is focusing on it, they are also preparing the photosynthesis process, they are also preparing the food. In them also this process is undergoing and they are also able to prepare the food. Understand? Even the colored leaves of a green plant, they are also able to prepare the food by photosynthesis process. Okay, one more thing. So other than this green plants, so some of the plants are there plant like structure they don't have, but they are considered as a plant only. Few organisms also we can call them. See now. See, you may be observed near the lakes or pond or wherever the stagnant water is there, a slimy, a jelly-like thing. They are not considered as a fully plants also, but they are green in color. A patches of small tiny plants, they are floating on a pond. Okay, that is slimy in structure because always they are living in a water only, slimy. Okay, and green colored patches, they are floating on the pond or wherever stagnant water is there. Okay, you did not see means you, whenever you saw a pond or wherever from many days the water is stagnant, no, that the place you go and observe. So like small plant like structures, they are floating on the this pond water. Okay, so those plants we will call them as algae. Okay, so these are algae. They also can synthesize the food. Okay, they are green in color and they are also able to prepare their own food. I told the plants mainly we'll call them as producers. They can produce the food by photosynthesis process. Not only those plants, these algae also able to synthesize the food. So water alga means the slimy patches. So algae means slimy green patches in ponds or stagnant water. Stagnant water bodies. So algae means slimy green patches in pond or stagnant water bodies. So these we will call them as algae, are called as algae. So they are also able to prepare the food. Okay. So since they are green in color, few algae are brown or reddish color also. They are also growing in a pond or ditches or stagnant water only. They are also able to produce the food by photosynthesis process only. So since they have the color pigment, instead of green colored pigment chlorophyll, they have the red color pigment. So we can call them as red alga. If they have brown color pigment, brown alga, like that we are calling. But the alga colony is there, no, that all are able to prepare the food by this process. Understand, children? Now, who are preparing the food, that all we see. Next part is the what they prepared, carbohydrates or starch, whatever I told. Okay, so that is only the prepared thing. That is not only the thing. See, the plants for many other things are required. Okay, see, when we eat the food, we have not only the carbohydrate, not only the starch, they have the vitamins, proteins, minerals, all the things it is having, whether it is a fruit or vegetable or leafy part, any part of the plant, what we are eating as a food, no, it is having all the types of nutrients. Okay, so if only carbohydrate is prepared means it is not enough for us, is it? No. So it is able to prepare the other types of nutrients also. How it is able to prepare? By what it is able to prepare? Okay, that we will see. Synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. Okay. Synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. See, carbohydrate they are preparing in the photosynthesis process, that we come to know by discussing all these things. But other than carbohydrate, many other vitamins, proteins, minerals also it is able to prepare. Okay, how it is preparing? Okay, so you know carbohydrate is prepared. What it is having? See, only the carbohydrate, it is having the three things in it. So what are those three things? One is carbon is present here. Okay, what are the elements here? The carbon is present. Then one more, hydrogen is present. Then one more, the oxygen is present. See, only carbohydrate is prepared. We are thinking like that. But within a carbohydrate, these three things are present. Okay, carbohydrate, it is prepared. In that carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, three things are present. By using this one, it is able to produce the other content like proteins and fats. By using this one, it is able to produce the proteins and fats. See, two more things it is prepared now. Okay, by the combination of these two, but these three things, they have combined together in two of carbon, hydrogen, or two of oxygen and hydrogen. Like this, the combination of these three things only, they are able to produce the proteins and fats also. Okay, see here. So the one more thing, protein and fats for. See, this protein is having one more thing in that. That is a nitrogen. Protein is having the main content as nitrogen. But here the nitrogen is not present. So how do they get the nitrogen? Okay. So protein want the nitrogen. Okay. So protein for nitrogen is must. Okay. So N2 means it is nitrogen. To make protein for nitrogen is necessary. So nitrogen for what they will do? Okay, so nitrogen is present in the atmosphere only along with all the gases. See, what in our atmosphere or in the environment we have the mixture of gases. Okay, air is present. In that air there are several types of gases are mixed. In that air this nitrogen gas is also present. But this nitrogen gas is not able to receive from the plants. Okay, it can suck the carbon dioxide. It can suck the oxygen. But nitrogen gas directly it is not able to suck from the environment. So what it will do? Okay, see this nitrogen is in a gaseous form in the atmosphere. It want in a solid form. Okay, so along with the soil it want, or along with the water we have to mix and give it to the plant. Okay, so this is automatically done by some bacteria. Okay, some of the bacteria which are present in the environment only, they are converting this atmospheric nitrogen gas into the ammonia form. Ammonia is a usable form. Atmospheric nitrogenous gas is there, no? That this bacteria will convert into the usable form. Usable form means it is converting into ammonia, which is very much important for the preparation of proteins. Understood? Okay, this all work will be done in the nature itself. Nobody will do this. Okay, if it is lack of still, there is no bacteria are present, there is no ammonia is present in the soil, means the farmers, they will add this nitrogen containing fertilizers. Okay, fertilizers means that is nothing but the manure. Okay, all plants, they will not grow so healthy way by itself. We have to pour the water, sunlight is necessary, and we are adding little bit of manure also. Okay, so that it will get all the nutrients and it will grow in a proper healthy way. Understand? So this nitrogen, if it is not converted as ammonia, the plant is not able to suck it. That's why it is converted by bacteria, and then it will be taken by the plant. Okay, so ammonia will be present in the soil and it will be sucked as a mineral along with the roots. Along with the water, it will suck the minerals also. Okay, so if it is not present, the farmers will add. The farmers, what they will do, they will add the fertilizers. Okay, they will add fertilizers so that in that fertilizers the ammonia or nitrogen is present. That nitrogen will be sucked by the plant and utilized for its the growth, and the proteinaceous things will be produced. Like that only it is producing the vitamins also. Okay, so in this way, so other than the proteins, other than the carbohydrates, other than the starch, the proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals, all those things will be produced in a plant body. Okay, so this is about the photosynthesis and its products. Okay, so now we will come to the other modes of nutrition also. That is the next mode, that means heterotrophic mode of nutrition. That about we will discuss. Okay, this until here what we discussed now, that is all about the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So here some extra things also it is given. So one question here, two people are there, Bojo and Paheli. Okay, they are observing that plants with deep red, violet or brown color leaves. Okay, they want to know whether these leaves also carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so leaves are having the red color, brown color, violet color leaves also we can see in some plants. Even they also can synthesize, because already I told you the green color is there, over that these colors are spreaded. Okay, so on the base of green color only these colors are masked over it. Okay, so base is green only, so they can also prepare the photosynthesis. They can also do the activity photosynthesis and they can produce the food. Okay, now let me move to the other mode of nutrition in plants. Okay, these all points you write down, children. These are very important points. What are the other modes of nutrition? Okay, so there are some plants which are not able to, they are not in green color, they don't have the chlorophyll. What about them? So they will switch for heterotrophic mode of nutrition. What do you mean by heterotrophic mode? Hetero means other. Those organisms or those plants depend upon other plant for their food. Those we will call them as heterotrophic. Heterotrophs are their mode of nutrition, we will call it as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so some plants which do not have chlorophyll. Okay, so first we are discussing about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Where do you observe this heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Those who do not have chlorophyll. Okay, so some plants do not have, what they do not have? Chlorophyll. Okay, so chlorophyll, they are going for heterotrophic mode. Okay, why? These plants are going for heterotrophic mode of nutrition means they don't have chlorophyll in them. Green color they don't have. Green color they are not having their body parts means chlorophyll is absent in them. That's why they are going for other types, other mode of nutrition. Okay, so some plants are depending upon the food produced by other plants. Okay, so they are the heterotrophic, they are the heterotrophs and their mode is called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, some plants depend on food produced by other plants. See, hetero means other I told. Okay. Since they cannot synthesize the food, they are depending on the food produced by other plants. Okay. So, they are called heterotrophs and their mode of nutrition is heterotrophic mode. Understand, children? Why these plants are going for heterotrophic mode means they in them the chlorophyll is absent. Okay. If they cannot synthesize the food, anyway they have to live. No, that's why they are depending on other organisms. See, other organisms, those who are green in color, they are preparing the food. No, so these plants are squeezing their food. Okay, so they derive the food from them and they are eating the food already prepared by those plants. They are depending on the other plants. They are called as heterotrophs and their mode of nutrition is heterotrophic mode, we will call it. Understand? See, for example purpose, we will example, I am giving one plant as Cuscuta. This is also called as amarbel. Okay, Cuscuta or amarbel. Okay, this plant usually you can see in the park or wherever the tall trees are there. On them, a light pale green colored a thread or wire like structures. They don't have other body parts like a leaf or branch or flower, fruit, nothing they have. Just a wiry like appearance you can see in the garden or some other forest area you can see much more. Okay, wherever thick number of plants are there, no, so there you can see this type of plants. Okay, so these plants, this Cuscuta, how it will be. See, they have shown the picture of Cuscuta also. Here there is a huge tree. On that a wire like structure. It is spreaded all over the tree part. Okay, that is only the Cuscuta or another name is amarbel. So how it will be? Okay, it is a wiry line. Okay, so how it will be? The Cuscuta will be a yellow wiry branched structure. Okay, so it is yellow colored, wiry like and branched structure twining around the twining around The stem and branches. Okay, what is cuscuta means, or amarvel also they can ask. Okay, it is a yellow wiry branched structure. Yellow colored it is, or light green color also you can say. Okay, so like lemon is there, no, light like that color. Okay, wiry structure, wire like structure it is. It is branched, spreaded all over the other body part, okay, other plant body structure, twining around the stem and branches. All the places of a tree, of a plant, okay, all the places it will be covering. Okay, so like that this cuscuta will be, and this is not having chlorophyll, no, that's why it depend upon the other side told. Okay, it is eating the ready-made food which is prepared by the other plant. Okay, since it does not have chlorophyll, so it is not having chlorophyll. Since it does not have chlorophyll, what happens? It takes ready-made food. It takes ready-made food from the plant, where it grows. Understood, children? So it is growing on another plant. There only it diffuse, means it take out the food from that plant. Okay, because why? Because it is not having the capacity to produce the chlorophyll in it. That's why it suck the ready-made food from the another plant. Okay, the plant on which it is growing, no, that we will call it as a host body. The plant where it grows, where it grows, where it climbs, it is climbing and growing, where it is climbing, we'll call it as a host, is called host body. Host means the tree or a plant on which this plant will grow. Amarvel or the cuscuta will grow. Okay, that we will call it as a host body. Since it is depending upon the other plant, since it deprives the food, deprives the host of valuable nutrients, it is called parasite. Maybe you heard this word. Parasite means, para means on others we are depending. We are depending on others for food. So this plant also, cuscuta also, will call it as a parasite. Okay. So what is the heterotrophic mode? First mode we have learned in that by taking example of cuscuta is parasitic mode. Okay. So this is the first parasitic mode of nutrition. It comes under heterotrophs. Here it is not able to prepare the food, since in that chlorophyll is absent. It is depending, it is deriving the food, it is sucking the food on the from the other plants, other trees. Okay, where it is placed or where it is growing, no, that plant we will call it as a host body. It is giving a place for the parasitic plant, and it is giving the food also for the parasitic plant. Okay, so this is about the example parasitic plant are called Cuscuta or Amarbel. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about the other mode of nutrition, heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Until that, you go through this and all and write down all the points. On this also I will give you the homework part. Understood, children? Okay. Thank you, children.